Here come the men in black. Got to see, remember, yeah. You serious? The heck? Here come the men in black. There we go. Okay. What up, Grief? What up, Grief? Yeah. I can set them like a show. They can switch constantly. Tonight's a purple night for me. So we're making everything purple. Don't get it. You asked me that the other night, Grief. Come on. You asked me that the other night, man. Come on. Mustache looks crazy. I'll be right back. Here come the men in black, more than you remember. Oh. What's poppin'? Joel, what up, buddy? I knew you were wearing Ideal today. Cologne, though. You know, Joel, have you tried Molinard Patchouli? I've been wanting to get it, but I hear it referred to as like a cleaner, safe patchouli. I'm kind of looking for something a little bit more dense, but have you put your nose to that fragrance yet? I'm curious to see what you think about it. Stop worrying about Blueberry Kush. What's up, Gunner? Too many, Gunner. Too many. Yo, bro, do you have Jean-Paul Gaultier elixir? Lamal elixir? I don't carry Jean-Paul Gaultier, man. I'm 36. If I was a little bit younger, I might carry the whole line, but too fruity, too sweet, too boy toy. That's the Boy Toys starter kit right there. No hate, but, you know. If I was to pick a Jean-Paul Gaultier, it'd be Lamal Elixir, and we'd call it a day. That's probably the only one I'd stick with. And I probably wouldn't even get Lamal Elixir because Kingdom and Latava's Kingdom and Lionheart are probably in some ways better. But LeBeau, I mean, honestly, LeBeau, Paradise Garden, Ultra Male, all of them have incredible clones today, so you don't even need to get the originals. What up, Brass? What up? No, not only only that one in Jajimbre. Do our own cologne. Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to get the patchouli one. Do you like LeBeau? No, I don't. I mean, If you're at a Sephora or an Ulta Beauty, it smells okay next to all the other stuff, but there's so many sweet fragrances that just murder that fragrance. For instance, the one I just picked up today. Joel, did you see I picked this up at the day 3, the new boutique, the new day 3 boutique? It's right down the street from me. Do you see my pictures with Michael, the perfumer from this one? It's the new addition today. How does Club de Nuit Sillage smell? Club de Nuit Sillage is a metallic and black ink citrus fragrance. Smells like either lime or lemon. I forget. I think it's more of a lemon, but it's just a mostly metallic and black ink scent. Obviously, people say it's cloning Silver Mountain Water. I think Off and On Supremacy in Heaven is closer to Silver Mountain Water than Sillage. But a lot of people like Sillage because of the performance. But Heaven has just as much performance as Sillage. I think Sillage is just talked about because it's a Club de Nuit fragrance, so everybody's going to talk about Club de Nuit clones more than anything. Yeah, I've smelled metallic musk. I've smelled it like twice in the last 2 weeks. It's an okay scent. It's better than Night Vision, better than Dark Leather. It's not better than Spice Bomb Extreme. It's not better than Infrared. But it's a great scent. But I don't know if I would pay north of $100 for metallic musk. It's too simple of a DNA. But I have friends who would buy a bottle, and there's no shame in that. Most expensive fragrance in my collection is probably like $250. Amouage Royal Tobacco Spirited Dubai Bahar. Nice. It's a lot of Banana Republic. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, I don't wear Banana Republic. Only reason I'm carrying it up there is so all the noobs in FragCom have something to recognize. I don't wear Banana Republic. It's bedtime. We putting kids to bed tonight. Bedtime. We putting kids to bed tonight. Good night, Mukesh. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Why would you even put words that Instagram's gonna flag you for? People don't even get to see your troll message. You are an inexperienced troll. Good night. Scent of the day, YSL Loam. Okay. Yeah, it is pretty nice. That's a pretty nice fragrance. I haven't smelled it in a while, but I remember it was really nice. What's up, Isaac? Good to see you, buddy. Favorite celebrity fragrance? Probably S-Boy, but I don't even wear it, you know. It's like a Baccarat Rouge Aventus. I mean, the celebrities always just take a Tom Ford fragrance and clone it, or a Maison Francis Kirkjohn fragrance and clone it. It's ridiculous. Like they literally just give them MFK and Creed and Tom Ford mods that have already been made, and then they just remake the fragrance and put two together. They don't know anything about fragrance, so they barely do well on it. But S-Boy was probably the best celebrity fragrance to come out, but I don't wear it. I don't like it. Rare Carbon's nice. Great alternative to ombre leather. Great alternative. A lot of people would call it Tuscan leather. I think it's somewhere in between Tuscan and ombre. Really good, though. Very good layering fragrance. I was able to smell Greenlee yesterday. Loved it so much. Are there any clones of it? Yes. Fragrance World's Aether. A-E-T-H-E-R. Very good Greenlee clone for $30-40. Have you tried anything from Juliet Has a Gun? No, but I have the Discovery set on its way to my house. Do you like Sedley? Yes, it's the most versatile Parfums de Marly out there. Most versatile Parfums de Marly fragrance is Sedley without question. But it's like, why get Sedley when you have a little fragrance called Mahir Legacy Silver, which is like 95% Sedley. $20. Call it a day. Thoughts on Altair? Don't get Altair, get Liquid Brune. Call it a day. Anything from Born to Stand Out? Currently, I've smelled Sin and Pleasure, Mary Jane, and I have a few others sitting over there that I haven't put my nose to yet that are in the lineup for review. Mary Jane is awesome. Sin and Pleasure is even more awesome. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, Mahir Legacy Silver outsells pretty much every clone you have. So, you know, if you're the guy that's different and unique and special, you know, the numbers still don't lie. I got Prada L'Homme dupe. Is that scent a good one for office? Prada L'Homme. What's the Prada L'Homme dupe? I mean, Prada L'Homme is really cheap. Why wouldn't you just get Prada L'Homme? But what's the dupe for Prada L'Homme? I'm from Malaysia. Can you suggest me one that suits Malaysian weather? What is Malaysian weather like? Did you smell Black Sapphire? No, I didn't. Only Bond number 9s I'm familiar with is Lafayette Street, the other green one, New York Flowers, Nomad, Wall Street, Dubai, stuff like that. Lost Cherry's terrible. It's like, you know, your mom tells you to go to bed, and you sneak out of bed in your pajamas with no socks on. You grab her cell phone and you go on YouTube, and you just have a ball. Now you go back to bed. Get your butt in bed. Malaysian weather is hot a lot, sometimes raining, and you have to be in Asian country. Hot and soggy. You really want freshies. A lot of great fresh fragrances. Lalique White, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Acqua di Gio Armani Profumo Profondo, Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette, whichever one you choose. Mont Blanc Presence is great in that soggy weather. Nice, fresh, minty, floral. Imagination would go good in that weather. White Musk from Musk Therapy from Initio. Anything that has notes of mint or aquatics or fresh Arctic like florals would be great in hot weather. You really just want something light that kind of floats on your skin, doesn't soak up your skin. So stay with fresh, light, airy fragrances. Even if you mess with something like Banana Republic, you could go like 90 Pure White. That would go really well. CK Everyone, Coach Open Road, stuff like that. Really nice linen, soapy, clean, fresh fragrances in soggy weather, because those are really the only fragrances that can stand up to wet, humid weather without absorbing the fragrance into your oils, your skin oil, and changing it to like a body odor. I do not have Abdul Samad. Favorite Clive Christian? I don't like Clive Christian. I don't like Clive Christian right now. I've smelled about 5 or 6 Clive Christians. All of them I didn't like. So when I get my hands on some more, I'll let you guys know. I'm actually giving away a Clive Christian fragrance, E Gourmand Oriental. That'll be at my 2K. Once I hit 2K, someone will get a Clive Christian fragrance. What's a sparkling fragrance? Mint and lime. Well, there's mint and lime in Mahir Legacy Silver. There's lime, but not mint in Off Not Supremacy in Heaven or Silver Mountain Water or Sedley. Another lime fragrance that's really nice is Day 3 Escandalo. Very nice guava and lime fragrance. Those are three that I know of where like lime is very distinct. Also, Vibrant Vetiver Delight or Byredo's Ball de Freak has a nice lime note with vetiver. Really nice. Smells like expensive Sprite. Those are the only limes I really carry. Everything else has lime in it as well, but it's more like lime, lemon, bergamot. You know, it's like a citrus blend more than just a standout lime. Tom Ford Oud. I don't know what your question is. What is that, man? Sarah next to Eros. Vetiver Sensual. Can you make me a top 3 that you would suggest? G4 for what? What season? How old are you? Give me some information and I'll get you a top 3. Should I get Vibrant Vetiver? I mean, it's amazing. It's my favorite Mancera, without question. I don't think we have to be as close to my collection now because my charger's running, so let's go ahead and do that. What do you think of BR540 X-Straight? I mean, honestly, guys, so there's two things to think about. One is if you YouTube or Google how to make BR540, there are hundreds of perfumers that can show you for less than $40, $50 how to make your own 100 ml of BR540 or the X-Straight. So it's very cheap to make. It's very easy to make. There's less than 5 to 8 ingredients to make it. So if you want BR540, you can make it. Secondly, when it comes to like the BR540 DNA, there's just more DNAs that are interesting to me. Xerjoff Lua, Xerjoff Lua, Instant Crush. There's a fragrance from Day 3 from Javoy that I came across recently that was really nice that beats it out. There's just more interesting sweet candied fragrances than saffron and vanilla and Broxen, you know. BR540 X-Straight is kind of one of those fragrances where if you only collect designers, the first time you smell BR540, you'll be in love. But if you collect any niche at all, it's very easy to beat. If you really want it, get Club de Nuit Untold. It's like $40. Get you 100 ml. The BR540 DNA is like 95%. 23-year-old Malaysian, anything that suits my country's weather. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. Excellent $25 fragrance, 100 ml. Lalique White would be great in Malaysia. Tom Ford Grey Vetiver would be incredible in Malaysia. EDP, not Eau de Toilette. Aqua de Gio Profondo would be great in your weather. Bentley for Men Black Edition would be great in Malaysian weather. Coach Open Road would be great in Malaysian weather. Sadrat Essence from Amir would be great in Malaysian weather. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc X-Straight would be great in Malaysian weather. You really have a lot of options. I mean, simple stuff even. Banana Republic, Arctic Slate, Nautica Voyage, Armaf Très Nuit. I mean, you have tons of options. There are so many fragrances that play in the BR540 DNA that are so much better. Agreed. What about Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Elixir? Very good fragrance. What would you rate Tarothi Blue out of 10? It's an 8 out of 10 when you compare it to this fragrance right here. This is an Elysium clone. Elysium is better than Tigar to me because I think citruses on woods have to have vetiver to make it smell dense and complex. Tarothi Blue is like a 9 out of 10 clone of Bulgari Tigar. It smells great, but Elysium smells better, and therefore the clone of Elysium is better. Fragheads Asylum, $30. Thoughts on Givenchy Ombre? No thoughts on it. Can you rank the spice bombs from worst to best? Yeah, worst spice bombs to me is Dark Leather, then Night Vision, then Metallic Musk, then Infrared, then Spice Bomb Extreme. Jay, go to bed, buddy. Mama told you to stop getting out of bed. What are your thoughts on the new Coach for Men EDP? It's good. I like it. It's very nice. Another great fragrance with vetiver. Yeah, absolutely, G4. Run the video back after I'm done being live so you can listen to those suggestions again and you can write them down. Those are all phenomenal choices for you. Lalique White's very nice too. You'll really love it, especially if you're over 25. If you're a young 20s guy, Lalique White, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Mont Blanc Presence, stuff like that, you'll really love. Versace Dylan Blue, 1 to 10. To me, a 7. To most people, it's an 8 or 9. Thoughts on Dolce & Gabbana K? 8 out of 10. It's a very good fig fragrance, but it's not insane. It's just really good. Dolce & Gabbana K is on the same level as YSL Y to me. They're not the same fragrance, but they're on the same level as far as a rating. Armaf Per Show 1, is it good for a masculine impression or should I go for Club de Nuit limited edition? Per Show 1, without question, is way better than any Club de Nuit. EDT, EDP, limited edition, and Parfum are all sucky compared to Per Show 1, without question. I have them all. What about Spice Bomb EDT? No point in getting EDT. Get Spice Bomb Extreme EDP. Good night, White. Take care, buddy. We both get it, none of them at the same time. Thoughts on light blue Dolce & Gabbana? Don't get light blue because it's a good smelling fragrance, but the performance is terrible. Get light blue O Intense. It's the same fragrance with way more performance. Evening, SB. Joel, everyone doing some great work, but listening in. Thank you, SoCal. Good to see you. What do you think about Lalique Black and White? Well, it's not called Black and White. It's called White and Black. To me, this smells like Layton, but fresher and less cherry chapstick, less medicinal. I actually think this is better than Layton, and it's only 25 bucks for 100 ml. Amazing fragrance. To me, that beats Instant Crush, that beats Layton, almost beats Layton Exclusive. Any kind of sweet, sparkling fragrances, it's better than most of them to me. Oh yeah, absolutely, G4. Do whatever you'd like. What are some of the best pineapple fragrances for men? This is a new pineapple fragrance I just got from Day 3, Tres Oros. This had one of the coolest bottle presentations I've ever seen. So, the perfumer of this fragrance gave this to me today. This is Tres Oros from Day 3. Oops, that almost could have been a disaster. So, it has the story and the accords up here. Really heavy bottle presentation. Really nice. This has, I believe, this has top notes of pineapple and mandarin orange. Middle notes of plantain and honey. Base notes of brown sugar. And there's like 2 other notes in it that I'm forgetting. This is made after a Dominican Republic dessert, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I was going to go to the Day 3 boutique today and get Bonnie or Ambar Dominicana, but Tres Oros was just calling my name. So, incredible fragrance, heavy-duty bottle, one of the heaviest caps I've ever seen, even though it's tiny. This is a phenomenal fragrance, guys. The boutique for Day 3 is about 5 minutes away from my house, so I had to get it. Just is what it is. And I'm probably going to go back next week and pick up Bonnie. Should I buy Off Note Supremacy Collector's Edition since I don't like Oak Moss? Collector's Edition has a lot of oak moss. If you don't like oak moss, then go with Club de Nuit Peugeot. Peugeot has much less oak moss. It's more pineapple, smoked birch, cedar. If you don't like oak moss, Off Non Supremacy Collector's Edition is completely off the table because it has a lot of oak moss. Same thing with Off Non Supremacy Not Only Intense. What are the best pineapple fragrances for men? Creed Aventus, Absolute, Nishane Hasavat, Versace Eros Energy, Trace Oros. Those are 4 of some of the best sellers of pineapple fragrances, period. What's good? Scent of the Day, Spirit of Dubai Abrage, Beast Mode. Of course, that fragrance is awesome. Does Off Non Rebel smell like BR540? No. Club de Nuit Untold smells like BR540. Everything kind of smells like BR540, but if you want the best BR540, it's Club de Nuit Untold. I tried Eldo Clean Suede. It reminds me of Prada Black with a buttery sunscreen vibe. If you want a better Prada Black, get Bulgari Man in Black. Much better. Much better. And you can get that for like $75. Are there any floral men's fragrances with rose? Yes. Maison Francis Kirkjohn Oud Satin Mood, or a more masculine take on that DNA would be Maison Francis Kirkjohn Oud Silk Mood. Or Ormond Jane's Taif. Why does Imagination get hype over L'Immensité and Meteor? Is it better? Imagination gets the most hype because the most people talk about Imagination, but all the Louis V's are basically the same. They don't smell the same, but they smell in the same family. And I'm referring to Imagination, L'Immensité, Pacific Chill, Afternoon Swim. All of them are in the same realm. And they all get a lot of attention, surprisingly. It's just right now on YouTube, LV Imagination is the most searched fragrance term. So that's all you're going to see because of the algorithm. But there is just as much content on all those Louis V's that I just named. It's just YouTube's not going to show them to you unless you actually search them, because Imagination is the most searched term. And that's a little bit of a cheat code to all you content creators out there. If you want to go viral the fastest, drop any video, short or live, and use the hashtag LV Imagination. You will automatically do 10 times more viewership than you're used to getting, because it's literally in the top 5 most searched terms at all times. And a lot of times it's the #1 search term in fragrance community. What are your favorite niche warm weather frags? I mean, there's a lot of good warm weather fragrances. Lalique White is phenomenal. Lalique White and Black. Warm weather. Vetiver Sensual, Nishane Wulong Cha, Montclair La Corday, Montclair Sunny something. Thoughts on Herba Pura DNA? I prefer Herba Gold way more than Herba Pura. A lot of people like Herba Pura. If you like that, just go Al Haramain's Amber Oud Gold Edition and you'll be fine. It's a great Herba Pura DNA, but I find Herba Pura to be too sweet and too generic. Herba Gold is more interesting, slightly less sweet, but still very sweet, very nice. How's the performance on Man in Black? It's okay. It's not the best. It's about 6 to 8 hours, and you got to do like 8 to 10 sprays. Because if you like Prada Black, you know Prada Black is one of the worst performing fragrances of all time. You get like 3-4 hours of performance max, and that's with like 10 sprays. Man in Black has a little bit more performance. It's more the 6 to 8 range, but you got to go like 8 to 10 sprays. I would say you get about 45 minutes per spray on Bulgari, but it's one of the most sexiest tuxedo, not YSL tuxedo. I just mean like wearing a black tux, or it's one of the best date night / black tux type of fragrances out there. You can compare it to Oud for Greatness. You can compare it to Prada Black. You can compare it to Black Orchid. You can compare it to Oud Silk Mood. Any of those just dark, rich fragrances. Royal Oud from Creed, it competes with all of those. Thoughts on Vibrato? It's okay. Imagination is overhyped, but it is a good fragrance. I just think because it's overhyped, they make it feel like more of a fragrance than it is. I personally feel like Roja Parfum's Elysium beats Bulgari Tigar and any LV fragrance, period. So for me, I'm always going to go with Elysium, and if I'm broke, I'm always going to go with Fraghead's Asylum. I have Imagination. I have Tigar. I'm just not a... I don't think... What Elysium does is uses the same ingredients for any of the LV fragrances and Tigar. It's just citruses on woods. But what Roja does is take it a step further and put vetiver and amber in it, which warms the fragrance up, glues everything together, and then the vetiver gives it like a much more mature, masculine sophistication. So it's just a very versatile, masculine, but super fresh and modern fragrance with a more interesting citrus take. So I'm always going with Elysium. Picked up Bulgari Man Black Orient before it discontinued. Straight banger. Yes, it is. What is the longest lasting freshie in your opinion? That's a great question. Freshie long lasting? I'm trying to think in my collection what's the longest lasting freshie. It's probably a tie. I don't really consider... Most people think Versace Eros is a freshie, but I think it is because it has citric and floral elements with mint. It is a seductive hybrid fragrance. It is both a date night fragrance and a fresh upscale casual fragrance. Any season, any reason, highest complimented designer fragrance of all time. So I don't think you can ever go wrong with Eros, even though some young people find it to be a little bit more on the sweet, seductive date night side. But I think because of its floral citric top and the mint, it qualifies it for year-round wear. And that's a great performer. 10 hours plus, even if you get the Eau de Toilette. This is an Imagination clone, Ardal Zafran's Sahib Intense. This is the best Imagination clone, in my opinion, for $40. It does only come with like 60 or 75 ml, but it's the most accurate clone. But you can even knock that down and go something like, Intimation. Where's that at? It's in my giveaways box. But even like Intimation or French Avenues, Game of Spades, Wild Card or Full House, whichever one's the Imagination clone, those can perform pretty well, 8 hours plus. But you got to remember, with a fresh citrus fragrance, don't expect more than like 6 to 8 hours max. You'd be lucky to have a fresh fragrance go 4 to 6 hours. That would be a good fragrance. If you have a fragrance that's a freshie that goes 6 to 8 hours, you're blessed. I would say 1 in every 30 fresh fragrances goes for that long. So a lot of times you just over requesting out of a fragrance. You need to just realize that most fresh fragrances don't perform extremely well. Doesn't mean they're bad fragrances, just means you really need to find a great fragrance and learn to reapply, or just learn to spray heavier. But anytime you can come across a great fresh fragrance that's long lasting, that's great. Bleu de Chanel EDP is a great example of that. Eros is a great example of that. Bleu de Chanel is like 6 to 8 hours. EDP, but Versace Eros is 10 hours plus. But that's because they put vanilla in it. Makes the fragrance denser, sticks on clothes better. You can get 10 plus hours even on an Eau de Toilette. So really just depends. But Game of Spades, Wild Card, and Full House can also go 6 to 8 hours. But yeah, most fresh fragrances should be able to get you 4 to 6 hours minimum. If they go below that, like 3-4 hours, then you gotta... I might not buy a fragrance like that. I picked Bulgari Man. What do you think about Bulgari Man in Black Parfum? Don't get it. Get the EDP. You'll get more performance. What do you think about Versace Pour Homme? Outdated. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue? Outdated. Versace Pour Homme? Outdated. Mont Blanc Starwalker? Outdated. Nautica Blue? Outdated. All that stuff is outdated. They're good fragrances, but in 2025, you can spend the same amount of money and get any of these fragrances for around that $30, $40 price point, minus my niche fragrances. All my niche fragrances are like in the $200 range. Can't really afford that. But when we're talking freshies, anything in today's market beats Versace Pour Homme. Even though it's a good fragrance, you're shortchanging yourself spending your money on that, to me. Anyone today that would argue that Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue or Versace Pour Homme or Star Walker or any of those fresh citrus fragrances are still worth getting. I can name 50 fragrances per each of those fragrances in today's market that kill it for the same price. So it's one of those things where it's like, why get a good fragrance when you can get an insane fragrance for the same price? If you want to be normal and like common, be common. That's fine. Would you say Valentino Uomo Born in Roma EDT is good for spring? I prefer the EDP. You'll get a lot more performance and you'll need it because that's a fresh fragrance. Even though it has sweetness, it's a very fresh fragrance. So if you're going to get Born in Roma, get the EDP. No questions asked. And it is good for spring or summer. It's a slightly seductive, fresh, aquatic, sweet, light, airy, fresh fragrance. It's kind of like Eros without the villain, not the same DNA as Eros, but it's the same as Eros in the fact that it is a slightly playful date night scent, nighttime scent that also works as an upscale casual. It's not too sweet to where it can't just stay fresh and casual. Aqua Essenzial is very nice, and so is Colonia. Recommendations from Al Harmain Blue. Oh, the Al Harmain line. They're all great. Al Harmain Amber Oud Gold Edition, great Herba Pura clone. Amber Oud Blue Edition is a great, I think, Aqua de Gio clone. Oh, no, Blue de Chanel. Amber Oud Blue Edition is a great Blue de Chanel clone. However, for Blue de Chanel, I prefer Club de Nuit Iconic. Al Harmain's L'Aventure is a great Aventus clone, but it's more like Club de Nuit, so you might as well upgrade to Armaf Peugeot 1. There's some other Al Harmains, but they're not coming to me. Hawas Black is not a blind buy. I would sample it first, even though it's pretty cheap to get. Best fragrance for $50 to get in the summer? Honestly, Salvador Ferragamo Aqua Essenzio Blue is a great fragrance that you can get for like $30, $40, and it's an incredible summer freshie. There's a lot. Lalique White you can get for $25, great summer banger. Mont Blanc Presence, great summer banger. I mean, there's a ton of fragrances you can go with for summer that are under $50. Pretty much every major clone is under $50, so you can rock out. Bulgari Man in Black smells like Spice Bomb to me. Of course it does, because it has spices in it. It has spices and vetiver. But it is sexier than Spice Bomb by a mile. What up, Mike? Favorite Boudicca and Mall? You know, I don't rock with a lot of Boudicca. They smell really high-end and really incredible from the standpoint of ingredients and blends, but none of those fragrances really speak to me. I haven't come across a Boudicca fragrance that speaks to me yet, which is kind of weird, but I'm very picky at that price point. Like it can not only be an amazing fragrance, but it has to be an amazing fragrance that I can wear, and I haven't found what I prefer to wear yet. And Mall, I'm not sure if you mean Frederick Mall, but if you do, I actually was surprised how weak Portrait of a Lady was to me. I don't prefer it. I think French Lovers is decent. I think Vetiver, the Vetiver fragrance is decent. They have a couple of other decent ones, but I wasn't super impressed by the Frederick Mall line. Thoughts on Killian Old Fashioned? That's not my kind of fragrance, but it is good. Musk Ravager from Frederick Mall is awesome too. Eros is a Greek god of love. Nice. Armaf Peugeot versus Eros. Are they similar? No. One is smoky woods and pineapple and oak moss, and one is, oh, well, Eros Energy is like Armaf Peugeot, but Peugeot is more like Aventus Absolute. Eros Energy is more like Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. Have you done the giveaway yet? No. I'm not at 2,000 subs yet. I'm almost at 2,000 subs. I think I'm like 20 away. You guys can help me get there. As soon as we get to 2,000 subs, there will be 10 winners of fragrance. And, oh, here's another exciting announcement. Day 3, Michael, the perfumer of Day 3, I met him today and when I bought Trace Oros, he gave me a discovery set from Day 3 to give away for my 2K sub goal. So here is a brand new entire line from Day 3, including Trace Oros, and this will be given away to one lucky person on the channel. So It seems to get better and better. Kix is giving us a Zaharoff fragrance of your choice in the giveaway. I have over 20 fragrances to give away, and we now have a full discovery set from day 3 provided by Michael, the perfumer of this house, that will go in the giveaway as well. So it's getting juicy, guys. I'm telling you, I will have the best giveaway in FragCom without question. Can a man pull off Roses Vanille by Mancera? No, not to me, but somebody will argue that they can. Mugler Alien Men thoughts. Old school, but good fragrance. Big up your work ethic, bro. You put in crazy work. Thank you, man. Hey, we put out episodes every single day for you. Don't care about the money. Don't care about none of it. I just want to create great content that is helpful for you guys. How to buy. I don't know how to answer that question. Are there any good Platinum Egoist alternatives? Yes. Lattafa's Legosi. Legosi from Lattafa. I actually prefer regular Egoist over Platinum Egoist, but most people are familiar with Platinum Egoist. I don't like the pepper note in it. It's too strong for me. Platinum regular Egoist is that without the pepper to me, and it's a little bit more interesting. But if you want a Platinum Egoist alternative, it is Lattafa's Legacy. Legosi. It's like a checkerboard kind of little square bottle. I think you can pay 20 bucks for it, and it is like a 90% clone of Platinum Egoist. I recently fallen in love with Guerlain Extreme, L'Instant. Heard of EDP, it was very similar. Any thoughts? I like the extremes when it comes to Guerlain. You get the performance, you get different openings, like brighter openings. I would say error on the side of going with the extreme every time. The only fragrance I own, though, is L'Homme Ideal Extreme. So I can't really speak to DNAs and stuff like that. But generally speaking, with the vetiver fragrance, the original Guerlain, you want to go with the extremes. Have you tried Givenchy Ombre? Yes, I have. It's a good fragrance. Mixing fragrances together, yes or no? You do whatever you want with your fragrances. If you want to mix DNAs together, awesome. I just had, courtesy of my friend Kix, he sent me a decant where he mixed Baccarat Rouge 540 and Tom Ford Ombre Leather. And I wore that this morning. It smelled really good. Mix fragrances all the heck you want. What do you think of Amouage's fragrances? They're very challenging and you should never blind buy them. Always smell Amouage before you buy. Thank you for the sub, Wit. Where that fragrances you liked with the orange juice black logo square clear bottle. Orange juice? What do you mean orange juice? Repeat that question, Fendi. Rasasi Hawas Elixir or Hawas Black? Elixir, any day of the week. The most mind-blowing good holy grail fragrances for you. That's too hard of a question. I put my nose to several thousand fragrances, and there's a lot that are up in the high tier category, but the top fragrances I've ever smelled, there's not a few of them. There's a lot of them. Best Louis Vuitton Afternoon Swim dupe is made from Emir, E-M-I-R. If you go on Google and just type Emir Afternoon Swim clone, I think it's called like Afternoon Dive or something like that. It's a good Afternoon Swim clone. Beatbox tutorial. Start off with a bass drum. Hi-hat. Snare. Then add a sound. All right, I'm gonna stop. Okay. Drakkar Intense, can men in their 20s pull it off? You can. Drakkar Noir is the most, like, I think versatile because it's more like alcoholic. But what I like about Drakkar Intense is it's basically, if you want an upscale barbershop in a bottle, I'm not talking great clips. I'm talking the places where it's going to cost you $40, $50 to get the trim, the beard cream, the hot towel, all that. This is a barbershop with a little bit amber, a little bit of booze. It smells just like an extremely upscale barber. So can a young guy pull that off? Absolutely. Casually, no. You need to at least have a collared shirt on or some fitted jeans. You know, don't look like a scrub. Don't look like you just got out of PE class. If you look fairly decent, you can absolutely pull off this barbershop feel, and I think that this is a classic. To me, it's the best Drakkar fragrance. It's better than regular Drakkar. It's better than Drakkar Noir. But Noir is a little bit more versatile because it doesn't have the amber, so it's a little fresher, but it smells more old school. I think Drakkar Intense is the most modern of the three. What's been your favorite Javoy frag? Oh my gosh. Honestly, these are all the bottles I would get from Javoy. I would get Les Jeux Enfants, Pavilion Rouge, Remember Me, 21 Conduit Street, Touche Finale, Les Arts de la Guerra, Remember Me, Ombre Premier, Psychedelique, and Incident Diplomatique. Javoy is the best discovery set I've ever come across. Okay, I watch you every day. I like when you break down and be detailed about fragrances. I appreciate you. Jerry, guys like you are why I do it. I appreciate the feedback. We actually have a game show going on tomorrow. I will be featuring Micah Fragrance on the channel. He's doing Wheel of Fragrance tomorrow, so stay tuned. We might go live with it, or I might just post it on Monday. We'll see, but he'll be on the show tomorrow playing Wheel of Fragrance. It should be a good time. Orange liquid right there. I mean, this is Ombre Noir from Lalique. I don't really know if that's orange. Tuberose Overdose, that's kind of orange from Banana Republic. Don't really see any other oranges. Drakkar Intense, orangey. Best fragrance under $30 based on longevity. Well, longevity shouldn't determine what fragrance is the best under $30, but fragrances under $30 with great longevity would probably be Lalique White and Black, which is 25 bucks, clone of Leighton. $30. Lin Sumi is $30. Amazing under $30 fragrance. Best office fragrance, best green fragrance, best modern take on Eau Sauvage from Dior. Longevity. Off Non-Supremacy in Heaven, great longevity. Silver Mountain Water clone. Gary's Den, under $30, best Dior Homme Parfum clone, 12 hours plus. Millesime Imperial clone, Club de Nuit. Milestone, 10 hours plus clone of Millesime Imperial. Oud for Glory from Body Al Oud. This is an Oud for Greatness clone. That's 12 hours plus. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, a clone of Initio's Musk Therapy. That's 10 hours plus. Maison Alhambra's Afro Leather, clone of Memo Paris African Leather. That's 10 hours plus. Zara Man, $30 clone of Tom Ford Black Orchid EDP. This is a 12-hour fragrance without question. I mean, there's just so many. Dior Homme Intense clone Cayenne Classic. This is a 12-hour next day fragrance. Best clone of Dior Homme Intense. I mean, there's just so many. The brand new Teriyaki Intense. It's not cloning anything, but this is a Lattafa original fragrance made by a niche perfumer by the name of Quentin Biche. This is a 12-hour nuclear fragrance as well. I mean, you just have so many options. Zanzibar is a 12-hour plus fragrance. Tropical, kind of a hybrid mix of a lot of Jean Paul Gaultier, but it's not really cloning anything, but insane performance. Decent hybrid clone of Tom Ford's Ombre Leather and Tuscan Leather, off non-rare carbon. That's like a 17-hour plus fragrance. You really just have the world is your oyster for longevity. Cod Lodge Shiaka, it's like a clone of Bleu de Chanel mixed with Spice Bomb Extreme. That's a $20 fragrance that's nuclear, 12 hours plus. And then I'll end it here. Kamra Kawa. Any of the Kamras are 12 hours plus. Kamra Kawa, it's sweet. It's got caramel latte notes in it. People say coffee. It doesn't smell like coffee. It smells like a latte. This is 12 hours plus. I can put 4 sprays of this on. It'll last me 2 days. Yeah, I mean, you've got, this is another one. Ministry of Oud Satin. This is a Maison Francis Kirkjohn clone of Oud Satin Mood. 10 out of 10 to me. This is like a 17-hour nuclear fragrance. I mean, there's just so many, man. It's endless. Favorite notes in a fragrance. I love vetiver. I love amber. I love cognac. I love cashmere. I love lemon, like fresh lemon, like Oolong Cha lemon. I like, oh my gosh. I like lime. There's just a lot of stuff I love. Thoughts on Tales from Zanzibar. Zanzibar is good, but it's not really a fragrance for me. Thoughts on She, God of Fire. The new God of Fire, Vulcan Fue is really nice. The original God of Fire is nice as well. Most expensive frag you own and cheapest fragrance I own is $13. Most expensive frag I own is about $250. I have Versace Hawass, not my favorite frag. Should I try Hawass Ice? Hawass Ice is significantly better than regular Hawass. Matter of fact, I'm giving away original Hawass full bottle to one of my subscribers when we hit 2K. By the way, guys, we're almost to 2K subs. There's 33 people in here. If you could do me a favor, hit the 3 dots on the top right side of your screen. It might be over here, actually. And then hit like the video. If YouTube sees that there's an equal number of thumbs ups as people in the channel, they will constantly dump fragrance lovers into the chat to interact with you guys. You don't have to do it, but it's free. And if you're hanging out in here, you might as well ask YouTube to throw more fragrance lovers in here so they can fill the chat while I'm slow to catch up on all the questions. But we are giving away original Versace Hawass. And guys, the reason I talk so fast is because, as you can see, the chats always get flooded. So I thoroughly answer questions. I don't just run through questions, but because I thoroughly answer questions, I really try to move through the chat efficiently. So if I'm talking too fast, it's not because I'm in a hurry. It's because I'm trying to address every single question from people that ask, and I'm trying to move at a good tempo. So I hope that that serves you guys well. You know, it just is what it is. If you want to hear me talk slower, watch any of the videos that I actually drop. I'm basically like Google for people for fragrance, so that's kind of how we treat this. I kind of treat myself like a robot, basically. I'm looking for an everyday designer fragrance that could last 7 to 8 hours. Is that possible? Absolutely. Absolutely. Any fragrance I just named is 8 hours plus. Would you say you've put your nose to a fragrance with similar gourmand to Trace Oros? You know, after talking with the perfumer of this fragrance today at his boutique, I'm realizing that nobody will ever be able to clone Day 3 fragrances. And the reason why is because they will always eat the cost to get the best raw materials possible. Not just the best raw materials, but I'll give you an example. Black Orchid from Tom Ford, right? It's unclonable 100% because the orchid note comes from a specific orchid grown in California that Tom Ford has patented. No one can clone it. No one can clone it. You can't get the raw materials for it. He owns the raw materials. He owns the orchids that he puts in Black Orchid. Same thing with Michael from House of Day 3. From what I gather, they are always trying to ramp up their fragrances to be better than anything that could even be perceived as close to it. So for instance, when you look at Trace Oros, even though the pyramid will tell you that there is mandarin orange, pineapple, honey, brown sugar, plantain, and all that good stuff in this fragrance, there are plenty of secretive notes not listed on Fragrantica that they have outsourced to be very high-end or very rare to find ingredients, where the price per gram is just either insane or it's just something that not a lot of people dig into because of price. Understand that a lot of niche, big brand niche houses and retail houses have an accountant, and then they have the perfumers, and then they might have brand ambassadors. And because they have different people in each section, the finance guy is going to come over and say, hey, this is our vetiver oil extract. Here's where we could get it cheaper. There's no need to spend this much on vetiver. Or this is where we get our mandarin orange extract raw material. We can get it cheaper. And they're constantly trying to be efficient with the finances, and so ingredients get skewed a lot. So not only is Michael creating fragrances that always prioritize very high-end niche quality raw materials,
but he's also always looking to use oils and raw materials that nobody uses. And so, and then the other aspect of day 3 is every fragrance they make is inspired by a person or a vibe or a piece of the food or culture of the Dominican Republic. So when they decided to make Tres Oros, they were modeling this after a Dominican dessert. So no one's going to be able to clone that because it's a specific memory from a specific place. So you need a lot of knowledge to even know what it is. And Fragrantica is not going to tell you everything that's in this fragrance. They're going to keep a lot of the main stuff they put in here a secret. So for instance, I found out that there's iris in the fragrance. It might not have been this. It might have been Bonnie or one of them. But there was a fragrance that he had where in the pyramid he said, "Yeah, we even put like a special kind of iris in it." And I was like, "It doesn't even say that." Well, yeah, he's not going to tell you. But yeah, so when you asked me originally, is there anything that kind of remotely reminds me of Tres Oros? There is a fragrance that day 3 sells that is somewhat in the wheelhouse of this, and it's called Philosophia. But as far as Tres Oros, there's no fragrance that really comes close to it because it's got plantain, it's got unique ingredients, and it's just not clonable, you know? Hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, similar gourmand to Tres Nuit would be Philosophia. I think that's the closest one. Favorite, now one thing you could understand is that the fragrance has pineapple, mandarin orange, plantain, brown sugar, honey, and cinnamon. So you can look up fragrances with those notes, you know, like Angel Share or Lamal Elixir and stuff like that, but they don't smell like Tres Oros. The ingredients are just on a whole nother level. Would you recommend rare carbon for summers? Absolutely not. Never wear leather in summer. There's only a few leathers you can pull off in the summer, one of them being Bright Leather by Ferragamo. This is one of the only leathers I've come across that you can wear in warm weather. Try not to wear leathers in hot heat. They don't work well unless they're almost non-existent. I assume you have some that exceed $100 in cost. Yes. Have you thought to appraise your colognes and add them to your insurance schedule for your homeowner's coverage? No, my fragrances don't cost that much. Like if I was to appraise my collection is maybe worth about maybe $5,000 to $10,000. I don't need to insure that, to be honest with you. But I am opening an LLC this year, and I will be putting a lot of the fragrances down on it as expenses and deductions, as well as my vehicle and my office and channel expenses. So I am handling them from a tax standpoint, but I don't need to insure them, to be honest with you. Bois 1920. Okay, already done like. Appreciate you. What's your favorite Zaharoff? Seraphim Blue is quite nice. Seraphim Black is very nice as well. Or not Seraphim, but Zaharoff Black in the original Pour Homme. Really, really nice. Kix is donating a Zaharoff fragrance of any choice to the #1 winner of the giveaway. So if you sign up for the giveaway when it comes out in a couple of days, you have the chance to win a Zaharoff fragrance of your choice. Boring question. What's your take on Versace Eros EDT? I just blind bought it from all the talk about it. It's amazing. I don't need to talk about Versace Eros EDT. If you bought it, you're in good hands. It's a killer fragrance, insane performance, one of the most highest complimented designer fragrances of all time. You made a great choice. Good job. Lalique Ombre Noir is still highly rated for you? Absolutely. Absolutely. What you'll notice about this fragrance is that there's a lot of fragrances with the notes that are in here. Cognac, cinnamon, vanilla, elemi resin, myrrh resin or frankincense. I think it's myrrh resin. Tobacco. So tobacco, vanilla, cinnamon, myrrh resin, elemi resin. They all go in that direction. But this leans heavy on the cognac. And where they go left, where a lot of people go right, is they added papyrus, bergamot, and mint. This very green, fresh, bright top to this very rich, dark cognac vanilla, cinnamon, resinous fragrance. Most of them stay dark, stay cigar lounge, stay motorcycle club with it. The bergamot mint papyrus top freshens up this fragrance where it becomes one of the most versatile, any season, any reason, late night, date night, sex and seduction type of fragrances. And so it truly, in its category, is one of one and very unique, because no one takes a DNA like that and then throws bergamot, papyrus, and mint, let alone one of those singular notes, maybe bergamot, but they really contrasted this DNA style with a lot of brightness and made it less about a dark smoker's fragrance. This is like sexy, drenched alcohol on your chick wearing a fur coat and you're smoking a pipe tobacco, Jimmy Dean, but blacker. I mean, it's just, yes, that is one of the best fragrances ever made at its price point. Okay, why the Middle Eastern houses never name their perfumers? Because a lot of those fragrances are clones. But, you know, look at Lattafa. They just made their own original name brand fragrance with a niche perfumer, and they wrote all over the website, produced by Quentin Biche. So what these fragrance houses are doing that are cloning is they're cloning until their house gets large enough, and then they're going to make their own original lines and, you know, do less of clones. They're still going to do clones, but they're not going to do as much. They're going to focus on the raw materials and building up the brand. A lot of these Lattafas and Armafs and stuff, they have massive storefronts in the United Arab Emirates, and they will transition. They just need capital. Thoughts on that? Because I know I've been looking for some tea that sits on skin and kind of have you describe Trace Oros like deep, but also light. If you have another recommendation, I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I did not go into day 3 today with the intentions of buying Trace Oros. I am not a gourmand guy. I was going to go in and buy Ambar Dominicano or Bonnie. But when you actually get in front of the bottles and you spray it on skin and you're in their lab, they have a different life form to them. I'm amazed at the fact that even though this is sweet and gourmand, it literally floats on your skin. It's radiant, it's bright. I'm giving you guys the Aaron Terrence Hughes hands right now. It's radiant and robust. Like 2 sprays got me long, like full day longevity. It's an extrait. But it's one of the very few gourmand fragrances that literally is year-round, any weather. Like, you could wear this anywhere. It just dances on skin in a very soft, playful way while still being robust. But when you're dealing with really high-end ingredients, you can get away with sweeter, more gourmand fragrances that still feel light and still feel more year-round. So despite this being a gourmand, I think you would be shockingly surprised how versatile and how multi-weather this fragrance is. I was very blown away. That's not a fragrance I would normally get, but in person, it was just speaking to me. House of Destan has some fire scents. Yes, Love Flame is incredible. What up, Joel? Have you smelled Bottega Veneta? I have not. It's always summertime in South Florida. That's why I always rock freshies. Listen, I live in Arizona. I am in the hottest place in the United States. We had something like 48 days of 110 plus degree Fahrenheit weather last year. So I am no stranger to high heat. I live in Death Valley. So, you know, I have a lot of freshies as well, but a lot of my favorite fragrances are cold weather scents, and I make excuses for them. I go indoors, I put a fan on, and call it a day. Is Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male Parfum worth buying for around $80? No. There's a better clone of it. Go on Google and type Le Male Parfum clone. One just came out for it that's $30. That's amazing. Finally awake for this on time. Manav, what's up, buddy? Is it sexy? What fragrance would you compare it to on the market? Ombre Noir. What would I compare it to? I can't compare it to anything because it's one of one, but I will say this. If you like Charuto or Tobacco Vanille, anything tobacco vanilla, anything tobacco cinnamon, anything Angel Share-esque, anything with tobacco vanilla and cinnamon in it, Le Male Elixir, anything like that, this is better. It's not the same DNA, but it's the same ingredients done way sexier. Don't wear Ombre Noir if you're under 25. It's a man's fragrance, but it's very fresh. You're very knowledgeable. I will be returning for future reference. You're my #1 scent guy from just listening to your 10 minutes. You're the man. Hey, appreciate it, Gavin. Hey, listen, go back and watch the videos, man. I've only been a channel for about 9 months, but I have over 600 reviews out. So hopefully that speaks to you. I really put in the work. I drop episodes every single day. Regular uploads, lives, shorts, game shows. Hopefully I earn and retain your subscription. It's free. Give it a shot. Hope you like it. Give me feedback. I'm happy to serve you. Thank you for answering my Zaharoff question. Appreciate it. I'm a fan of Bloom. How do we sign up? I will be releasing a video as soon as we hit 2K on my regular uploads. I will not be releasing a short. I will not be going live about it. Why? Because I want people that watch my content to be the first to know. So I'm only dropping I will be dropping a video next week, and the title of the video will be called 2K sub giveaway, and you will have to turn your notifications on so that you see it. I will not be making a post. I will not be going live. I will not be posting a short. I want people that watch my video content to see it, and I want those people to sign up. I don't care about people just jumping in that are new, that are just trying to get free fragrances. You can do that if you want to, camp out and wait. But I'm strategically just putting the giveaway video on my normal upload section on the video section of my page. You guys will see it in a few days, and that will show you guys how to enter. I'm going to be using a riddle to show you guys how to sign up. But then once every name is inside of my wheel, I'll have a cutoff date, and next weekend on Friday or Saturday, I will be doing the giveaway to 10 giveaways. So 10 people will win. One of the 10 people will win a bundle, and the rest of the people will win a fragrance. So stay tuned for the videos. When you see the giveaway video drop, you'll probably have about a 5-day window to sign up. And, so just stay tuned. Armani Code Sport, good for the high heat. Yes, absolutely. I prefer Armani Code Absolute, I believe. But all the Armani codes are awesome. Just get an EDP so you get as much performance as possible. Terrence Hughes moves his hands. He's doing the formulation, guys, the go-to fragrance reviews. Here's the thing about Aaron. He's one of one. He's a perfumer. A lot of people can't speak Aaron's language. They have no clue what he's talking about. He's very descriptive, but I put my nose to probably like 1,000 fragrances a month. I'm in the niche designer inspiration game constantly. I look at all kinds of fragrance content. I don't know what he's saying. Like, I get the literal sentences he's using, but he's describing fragrances from the chemical side. Ambroxan, Lilinol, Equilinol, Iricinium. You guys don't know what that stuff is. So when I watch him, his reviews don't really inform me on what I will like or what I should think about purchasing. At the end of the video, the only thing I understand is whether or not he likes the fragrance or doesn't like the fragrance, whether there's some standout notes that might be synthetic, and I learn a little bit more about some chemicals. But I don't go to Aaron to be informed about educating myself to further understand what I might like or not like, because he literally speaks a different language. I could be a sales guy for day 3 without question. But I've reviewed the entire house. Day 3 does not need a salesperson. They are a multi-award winning, one of the highest rated up and coming independent niche houses, and they're doing big things. If you go to their website and sign up for their newsletter, they are constantly dominating the marketplace as one of the fastest up and coming independent niche houses. And after going through and reviewing all of their fragrances and going into their boutique today and meeting the people and seeing why they do this, what they put behind their fragrances, I even got to smell a fragrance in there that I'm the only person who smelled it. They have not released the fragrance. Today was their opening day of their boutique. There's a new fragrance coming out from their line in the next couple of months, and I'm the only person who's ever smelled it. That's cool, you know. Now again, I'm not marketing their name as a cosign. I don't make money from them. Granted, Mike is awesome because he gave me a free discovery set of their entire fragrance line to give away to you guys. So one lucky winner is going to get to try every fragrance from day 3. This is a $40 value. That's incredible. So for that, Mike's awesome. But trust and believe, if you guys see my day 3 reviews, which are dropping constantly, I have my Trace Oros review out already, but I have all the other reviews loaded up in the queue. So this week, you guys will see a lot of the other line. And I also have a power ranking of best to worst day 3 fragrances. I don't kiss butt. I don't make money from people. This is a love hobby for me. I'm not endorsed. I don't get free fragrances. I would not say a fragrance is good unless I have full thorough experience with it. You guys see how I rate fragrances. Any of you guys that regularly watch my channel know I'm a no cap guy. I don't care if I'm reviewing a $13 fragrance or a $1,000 fragrance. I keep it so real, so technical, so thorough. You never hear me speak on something without a serious line of analysis. They call me the scientist for a reason. So just because day 3 house lives down the street from me means nothing. Today was my first day meeting them. I had already tried their entire line before I even knew about the house, period. I was put onto them by somebody else. So I'm not capping. And one lucky winner is going to know why I'm ranting and raving about this house. And several of my friends have got discovery sets. So anyone that puts their nose on this, I mean, just YouTube day 3 fragrances and listen to what the world says about them. Don't even listen to me. You'll get it. You'll get it. You are awesome, bro. I learned a lot from you. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Any way I can help. What was your first fragrance? Well, I don't know what my first fragrance was, but for the first 20 years of my journey, I only wore the same 5 fragrances. Versace Dreamer. This is an original. This is 25 years old, so insane maceration. That was one of my first fragrances I ever started with. Here's another one of my first fragrances, Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. This is an original 25-year macerated bottle that I used in high school. I also used the original Gucci Guilty. I also used Acqua di Gio Eau de Toilette. I also used Nautica Blue. And I used, gosh, there's another one. I don't know the 5th one. I gotta remember it. I forget. But those were some of the original fragrances I used, and I used those for 20 years. It wasn't until about 5 years ago that I really started to get into the fragrance world and acquire, you know, that entire collection. Aura will be my first Aaron Terrence Hugh. Aaron makes a lot of incredible fragrances. I might not understand what the heck he's talking about, but Aaron makes a lot of great fragrances, and I can see why. He's very technical like me, very intentional. Underrated cheapies, everything on my shelf. Here, take a screenshot. Not all of those are cheapies, but a lot of them are, and most of them are underrated. Shamil, what up? Can you send me a sample of Ombre Noir if I email you? I don't know about that, but maybe I'll include a decant in the giveaway that you could potentially win. I don't send out fragrances for free a lot of times because I already send out so many fragrances every month. It's not even funny, and I'm going to have to ship 10 different shipments out for this giveaway. I'm just not the kind of guy who's just giving out free samples to anyone because I already ship out so much stuff. It's just, it's not a thing. It's like, it's a floodgate situation. If you ask, everybody asks, and it's just not, there's got to be some order there. I have a small collection rather of cheapies, including Nautica, Risasi, Huas, Eros. Thoughts on my next purchase? What am I missing? So you basically have a bunch of freshies and then one vanilla fragrance. You need to take a picture of any of these fragrances. Any of these three you can get into. There's way more, Gavin. There's way more. But here's some great starting points. Actually, here, you can screenshot this. Lalique White and Black, $25, 100 ml bottle. Screenshot 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One of the best latent alternatives out there. Club de Nuit Prichot 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you can see, it's from Armaf. A-R-M-A-F. Very nice. The closest clone of Creed Aventus Absolute. Offnon Tarathi Blue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hope you took screenshots of all that. 9 out of 10 clone of Bulgari Tigar. What are you getting with those three fragrances, you might ask? This one, you are getting a big blast of citruses, lemon, lime, orange, with nice hot amber, slightly aquatic woody. Very fresh, exotic, like surfer fragrance. Like if you're on the beach, it's like an upscale, casual, everyday wear. Very sexy. Women love it. Great fragrance. Very versatile, everyday dumb reach. This is like seductive date night slash businessman suit and tie, expensive money fragrance of a classic DNA of Creed Aventus Absolute. That would completely change your game. And Lalique White and Black is essentially an alternative. Some people call it a clone, but it's a designer fragrance, so it's not a clone house of Layton. Layton is like this very, I call it cherry chapstick, basically, but it's not. It's got vanilla, it's got spices, but it's way more sexy than Eros, like in terms of a signature fragrance. Eros is the type of fragrance you wind up wearing it so much that even though people love it, it becomes so common, and you might have other guys that have it. No one you know will own this fragrance. So this is a very sexy date night, kind of like year-round fragrance. It's better in colder weather, but in hot heat, as long as it's nighttime, this is what people would call a panty dropper for $25. Hopefully that helps you. And I mean, there's so many fragrances down here I could recommend, but I don't have enough time to devote more than that to you. So I hope that's helpful. I've ordered some spearmint oil. I'm going to experiment and mix that with different fragrances. That's awesome. I personally have this. This is an essential oils kit from Mayjam. You can get it on Amazon for like 15 bucks. This is how many oils? 35 oils. Vetiver, clary sage, eucalyptus, sandalwood, cypress, lemon, bergamot, vetiver, geranium. All these are 5 mLs of oil with vials, with droppers. What do I do with this? I use this to smell certain notes and get familiar with it. Oh, what's lemongrass smell like? Put it on my skin, see how my skin reacts to it. Oh, I really like lemongrass. I'm going to be open-minded to that when I see a fragrance. Maybe I have a fragrance and I'm like, man, this really could use vetiver to give it some complexity. I might put a little bit of vetiver oil on before I spray the fragrance. Now I'm comboing to enhance fragrances. So for $15, you get 35 pieces. Very good educational tool to help your nose make out distinct notes, and very cool to combo oils with your fragrances when you want to experiment and figure out ways to enhance your fragrance. Spearmint might be nice on Hasselhoff. Give it a shot. Lalique Equus is very nice as well. Vetiver, amber, citrus. Very good everyday wear. Warm, amber, very nice fragrance. This is basically the most versatile warm amber citrus and vetiver fragrance. It's very simple, but it's very masculine. It's very fresh. It's warm. It's slightly sweet. It's kind of got this tangy sweetness to it where it's got the citrus tart, but ambery sweetness. Love this fragrance. I mean, the dent doesn't lie, guys. You guys know how I feel about Equus. I'll always recommend that till the day I die. Have you tried Super's Budapest? I have not. I'm so sorry, Jerry. I have not tried it. Hard Candy by Aaron Terrence Hughes is fire. I've heard. Any Lattafa or Armoff with designer level quality sense? I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, almost everything. Almost everything, dude. I don't want to name them all because I've already named a lot. But dude, Lattafa and Armoff make some of the best niche quality fragrances out there. You got to pay attention to what people are talking about. If you see a lot of people talking about it, it's probably amazing. If you don't see very many people talking about it, it probably sucks. But there is a fragrance that I think is super slept on. Lattafa Sacrat is a clone of Acqua di Gio Armani Profumo, the discontinued best fragrance from the Acqua di Gio line. You can get Lattafa Sacrat on Amazon right now for $20. It is the best fragrance of all time, most versatile, incredible 10 out of 10 clone. It's just lacking a little bit of depth to it, but it smells exactly like Profumo, lasts you 6 to 8 hours, 100 ml juice, $20 on Amazon. No one's talking about it. I don't understand why. I brought it with me to LA and I had to give it to a new friend of mine, Fragrance Fraternity, because he smelled that and he said, oh my gosh, this is the most insane clone of Profumo I've ever smelled. Nothing has gotten close to it. Could I trade you for it? And I absolutely gave it to him. Even though I wear that fragrance a lot, the joy on his face said, you know what? Let him have it. Screenshots have been taken. Thanks. Gavin, appreciate you, man. Glad you took advantage of that. Lattafa Nebros is amazing. Okay, I'll look into it, Corey. Have you tried it? No, I haven't. I think that's... You guys want to hear something interesting? So I went to LA 2 weeks ago, and check this out. Check out the name of this fragrance. Let me know if any of you guys... Whoa, I almost just fell over. Let me know if you guys have tried this. Nasamato Baronda. This is like an 80% oil concentrate based fragrance. I forget the house. This is basically whiskey and rose. I don't know why, but this fragrance radiates off my skin and it's insane. Looking at it from the outside in, I would never buy a fragrance like this, but it was so good. I couldn't afford the bottle. I mean, I could afford the bottle. Come on, let's be real. But I didn't want to pull the trigger because I went to all these niche houses that day and I honestly, paying for the trip and everything, it would have just been insane for me to buy it on the spot because it was very pricey. So I bought the Decant because I'm like, I really want to make sure I love it before I buy it, right? This Decant, which should be no more than $5 to $15 anywhere else, cost me about $30. I paid about $30 for 3 ml. Insanity, but this fragrance is one of the best things I've ever smelled. Green Extravaganza, not the biggest fan of it. Polo Blue or 67, 67. Green Extravaganza is my personal favorite of Valentino's. My favorite is just original Uomo Intense. Uomo Intense to me is the most versatile out of the entire lineup. Roma is versatile, but it leans more datey, flirtatious. Green Extravaganza is very good, but it's very playful as well. I think Uomo Intense can be worn any season, any reason. Super fresh, soft. It's not overly playful. It can be serious. It can be playful. It can be upscale casual. I just think it's the most versatile. And typically, I always lean on the most versatile rather than the most signature. But I still think it's signature as well due to the iris. That essential oils kit is great. And yes, you are right. It is great for getting an idea of a scent. Absolutely, Corey. Where do you get white and black for $25? Anywhere. You can get it on fragrancebuy.ca. You might pay $30, but I mean, who cares? I would pay $50 for that fragrance. It should still be about $25 though. It's just my phone's on live, so I can't look it up for you. But yeah, fragrancebuy.ca should easily have it for $25, $30. Bro, I went to Savers last week and got a huge bag of 2 ml sprays for $45. Anyone thrifts, sometimes they have good frags. They do. What do you think of Dusk from Woods Collection as a latent clone? If you want a latent clone, get Lattafa or Lalique's White and Black. I don't recommend any other latent clone, including Detour Noir. I said it, I meant it. About to go to bed, saw you were live, so I hit you up real quick. Appreciate you, Famous. Good to see you, brother. I have a whole Nasamato line, including the 4 ml rollers. Ah, Scott. I'm jealous, man. Are they good? Dude, it's so good. It's got whiskey, leather, and fruit. Super really good millionaire feel frag. Dude, it smells incredible. I've already worn it, It's incredible. I had to buy the decant. She was like, she rung it up at the register and she's like, sir, due to the oil concentration in this fragrance, it's a little more pricey than our regular decants. I was like, what? I was like, I don't care. I need to have it. What's the total? I thought she was going to say like $15 or something. She's like, $28.33. I'm like, but you know, I was in LA. What are you going to do? What are you going to not get a steak when you're in LA? Cause it might run you $130. No. I appreciate that, bro. Congrats, almost 2K. Hey, this is what we do. 2K is only the beginning, man. I'm telling you, like 1K was cool. We hit 2K in like a month. The goal this year by December is to be 10K. And I think I'll hit that easily. Right now we're averaging about 25,000 views per week. So we're averaging about 100,000 views a month. So at 100,000 views, we're hitting about 1.2 million a year, and that's as a small channel. I'm putting up those numbers even at 1K. So if I just keep working hard and bringing value, it'll all accumulate. I think we'll hit the 10K easy, but that's my goal. Great talking to you, man. Gonna hit the hay. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. If you're new, please follow. Let me get the opportunity to earn your sub. I drop content every single day. In FragCom, I think the only person that posts as much as me is Gent Sense, and rightfully so. He's got 500,000 subs. So if you want somebody that posts as much as Gent Sense but is a completely different type of cat on here, I got game shows, reviews, and I do everything from inspiration, designer niche, clone, got it all covered. Let me get the opportunity to earn your sub. It's free. Got first snow victory. Oh, Swiss Army. Oh, interesting. I'll take a picture of that, Joe. I have to get Socrat. I'm ordering it after the live. Trust me, Henry. Trust me. Profumo is one of the greatest designer fragrances of all time. Why? Super sexy, super signature, super versatile. Jeremy Fragrance will tell you it is the most versatile fragrance of all time. He's right. He is right. And Lattafa Socrat is the closest clone by about 95% to Profumo. Again, it just lacks a little bit of weight, but as far as the DNA, it is 10 out of 10. And it is the only clone that's truly reliable as a Profumo clone. And Profumo is now discontinued. You have to find people that are dumb enough to sell it to you, which it's possible, but it's going to come at a hefty price tag. So for me, the fact that no one's talking about Socrat, which is cloning one of the most versatile, sexiest, expensive smelling designer fragrances of all time, I would buy 5 bottles of Socrat right now. And I will, you know. I was thinking about the other day just buying like 4 bottles of Socrat and just giving them away. But now that we're doing so many giveaways soon, I'm going to just park the brakes a little bit. Wait, which frag are you talking about, SB? I'm not sure. They're amazing. I got hooked when I got what? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's talking about my little vial. This is the fragrance they're talking about, guys. The fragrance I paid $30 for 3 ml. Nasomato Baronda. Gosh. You know another fragrance that made me fall out of my chair? Imaginary Author's Slow Explosions. I never thought I'd like a fragrance that smelled like Tom Ford Oud Wood mixed with a fruity sangria, like / red wine. Smelled amazing. So I got to get that. Best state in the U.S. for you and why? Cali, Chicago, Miami, New York, Atlanta. Good vibes. Have you put your nose to any Serge Lutens? Yes, Ombre Sultan. That's the only one, and that's the only one I'm getting. Dang, you're still on. It's 2 a.m. in Toronto. That's what we do. I should be signing off soon. What time is it? 11 for me? Yeah, we'll sign off in a little bit here. I just can't get to the bottom. If I can get to the bottom of the questions, I'll sign off. There's a couple that are really strange, but I like wearing them at home. That makes sense. Gent Sense ain't going to be doing these chill AF lives, though. Yeah, that's a fact. Well, I mean, if I had 500,000 subs, I probably wouldn't be doing chill lives either. This is just facts. I don't know if Orta Parisi and Nasumoto are the same thing, Fendi. I'm not skipping over that question. I just don't know the answer. Oh, they are the same perfumer. Okay. Have you heard of Galore by Chris Collins? I have not, brother. What's it like? New to the channel, but what's the best Club de Nuit Intense Man version I should get? Well, here's the thing, buddy. Well, technically, this is Club de Nuit as well. If you want, so I have videos out explaining this right now, so I highly encourage you go check them out. But in a nutshell, every Aventus DNA is chasing 3 fragrances on a spectrum: Versace Eros Energy, Aventus Absolu, and Nishane Hasavat. Each of these fragrances is basically the same DNA with different variations in place. Versace Eros Energy is a vibrant, tart, loud, pineapple / lemony type of playful pineapple fragrance. Absolu is that same pineapple lemony top, slightly scaled down, but much more smoky birch and cedar. So it's got a little bit more smoke, a little bit more heavy woods, so it's toned down the pineapple a little bit, but it's still a loud and tart pineapple. And then Nishane Hasavat changes the pineapple entirely. This becomes a candied, more mellow, jarred pineapple experience. So it's not loud, it's not tart, but it's still rich. But then they ramp up the oak moss and they still got the birch and cedar in the base, but the oak moss is so heavy, making it way more earthy, way more masculine. Hasavat is the more masculine fragrance. Absolute sits in the middle. Eros Energy is a very playful pineapple. Now every clone chases after one of those 3, but none of them are exactly cloning Energy Absolute and Hasavat. They all only sit in between one of the 2. So you have a fragrance that is somewhere between Eros Energy and Absolute, but it leans one way, so it's a little bit closer to Absolute, a little bit closer to Eros Energy. Or you have a fragrance sitting somewhere in the middle between Absolute and Hasavat, but it might lean closer to one. Many fragrances get very close. Some fragrances sit in the middle. That's what you need to know. Club de Nuit, EDT, EDP Parfum, limited edition Parfum, the new Parfum, Andy Extrait from the Club de Nuit Pre-Show, L'Aventure from Al Haramain, Nitro Black, Off-Non Supremacy, Not Only Intense for Men. There's just a lot. Cade Al Frisson, all that stuff, right? They all sit on the spectrum. Best Club de Nuit fragrance is going to be Pre-Show 1, and it sits in between Energy and Absolute, but closer to Absolute, and it's the closest look-alike clone to Absolute, but it still has an Eros Energy top. The next best fragrance in the lineup sits closer to Hasavat, but it sits between Absolute and Hasavat. It's got the pineapple top of like a Cade Al Frisson, but it's Hasavat heavy oak moss. It's one of the heaviest oak moss fragrances next to Off-Non Supremacy, Not Only Intense for Men. So these are the best 2 Aventus clones possible, but this one's closer to Absolute, but it'll remind you a little bit of Eros Energy. This one's closer to Hasavat, but it'll remind you a little bit of Absolute. But if you're looking for Absolute, you get this. If you're looking for Eros Energy, if you want something like legit Eros Energy, I would say Club de Nuit limited edition Parfum or the new Parfum or Nitro or Al Haramain. But it's like, why? Just get Eros Energy. It's freaking cheap as crap. And if you want something more closer to Hasavat, you get this. These are the 2 best Aventus clones possible, but getting them both is not redundant. They have different pineapple tops and completely different bases because this is heavier in oak moss, this is heavier in smoke and cedar and birch. Man, that speech will make you want to go grab a drink. Shoutouts in the chat if we broke that down correct. Bottles look the same. Thought they were the same brand. Order Preheat bottles. Claire Musk. So good though. Heard of Black. I've gone on to most overhyped, under-delivered fragrance right now. Oh man. The most recent one I came across that I felt was quite underwhelming was Taj 2, which was a clone of Blue Talisman. I think Art of the Universe came through and just smoked it pretty easily. What's up, Jigga? Everyone, let's keep SB up all night. Not possible. I'm going too fast right now. Will be a sad day if these lives ever stop, bro, but hoping you reach your dreams. Appreciate you, Brass. I have 40 plus decants now and it's getting messy. How should I organize mine? Use them. If you have a lot of decants, you're just not using them. Stop using your bottles. Only use your decants. Have you tried mind games? Yes, I've tried Mentor, Jadoob, Blockade, Checkmate, Double Attack, French Defense. I've tried a lot of them, man. Tried a lot of them. Cool House, nothing's worth the price tag. And they're starting to come out with clones now. There's a clone of Double Attack. There's a clone of Checkmate. There's a fairly close clone of Jadoob. There will start to be more clones of Mind Games fragrances because they are growing in popularity like wildfire. But there are a ton of things I don't like. I'm not paying $300-$400 for any of the Mind Games fragrances. I don't freaking care. And on top of that, the Discovery sets are over $100. So a lot of people are not going to pay for basically entry-level Mancera prices for a freaking Discovery set. It's just not going to happen. So anyone under 25 is not going to buy a Mind Games fragrance. If you're a guy who has a lot of money and you buy a lot of niche, yeah, you're going to buy it, but you're not going to buy that many of them. You're going to be set back like $5,000 just to get into the entire house. I mean, that's ridiculous. Not only that, but I've smelled their ingredients and their fragrances are complex and they're really unique. However, I can see that they cut corners in their juice. Like $100 of the bottle price is because of the bottle. The fragrances are expensive and good smelling, but not. I smell a lot of expensive fragrances all the time that are in those price points. Mind Games consumers should not be spending more than $200 on Mind Games fragrances. They do not smell more expensive than that. I'm sorry. All right, bro, I'm going to head out. Take care, Mike. The new replica Never Ending Summer smells very similar to Eros Energy. The entire replica line sucks to me. Is Banana Republic Tobacco and Tonka good? No, it's trash. Mike, I never tried. Really depends on what you like, really. Okay. Appreciate those recommendations, Scott. I appreciate you. I'm going to screenshot that. Sorry. Okay, I find I get sick easily off frags after a bit of wear. Have you had this problem? Yeah, because your skin and your organs around your neck might not be responding well to the aroma chemicals, or you might be wearing too many clones or cheap fragrances. Spray on your clothes and spray lower down so it's not getting in your face. Spray below the chest and you should be straight, and keep it on your clothes, not on your skin. It'll work much better. And anytime you wear a fragrance, shower after. Get the fragrance off when you lay down at night. If you're just laying down every night with fragrance on your skin and stuff like that, and you're rubbing those oils all inside your bed sheets and they're mixing every night and they're aging in your skin, you don't want that to get in your skin. Trust me. I'm surprised to hear that what you said about vibrato. I agree it's overpriced, but to me, the evolution of the fragrances is very interesting. Hey, listen, man, I don't dislike the house. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Hold on a second. Ow. Yeah, it's just not my tea, to be honest. Bro, I just bought 50 ml, now saves money. Yeah, 50 mLs are a good choice. I only have 4 Eau de Parisi's. Okay, did you ever try Creed Spice and Wood? No, I never did, Zhao. It's probably the only fragrance from Creed I haven't tried. I didn't see your question, Mike. What about Versace Eros Flame? It's a kitty fragrance. You know, it's very playful, not very masculine. You know, I think there's a lot of fragrances that beat Flame. I think, honestly, to me, Versace Eros Original Blue Bottle is the only fragrance you should buy from Eros. Flame and Energy have tons of fragrances that are just like it, but way better and smell way more expensive. That's just how I feel. Doesn't mean they're not good fragrances. I just think they smell like child's play compared to all the other ones. Oh, I got to the bottom. Nice. My reception has been bad. Sorry if you already answered this. Prada L'Homme for office. You can wear it for office. Yeah, you can wear Prada L'Homme for office for sure, because the projection and longevity on that fragrance is weak. Now, if you got Prada L'Homme Eau Extreme or Prada L'Homme Intense, that's not an office fragrance because it's a lot more projective and longevity. But I like Prada L'Homme Intense because I love Prada L'Homme, so I want it to last longer, and it doesn't. But if you have the original Prada L'Homme, it actually would be good as an office fragrance because it's so weak. It's a smell good fragrance that's weak, and you want a weak fragrance in the office. Royal Oud is awesome, but poor performance. Where is it? I agree. The performance is not the best, but I do have a very aged batch of Royal Oud right here. Great. Oh, shoot. Whoa, that could have been bad. What if you guys saw me pour out Royal Oud on stream? That would have been crazy work. I love this fragrance, though. This fragrance is awesome. Blue Versace Eros is my daily and the only one that I own. It's all you need, Gorilla. Trust me. Is Afternoon Delight too feminine for me? I don't like Replica, man. Nothing's too feminine for you, Jigga. If you like it, wear it. You're a young kid. No one's going to diss you for smelling girly when you're a teenager. I heard Lattafa Maison Alhambra owns Maison Alhambra and it's their budget brand. I don't care if Maison Alhambra is a budget brand of Lattafa. I know plenty of Maison Alhambra fragrances that crap on Lattafa fragrances. They all have misses and hits. Lattafa is definitely just as capable of making a trash fragrance as Maison Alhambra. SB, Scent of the Day, Dolce & Gabbana, the one intense. Late, how you been? How long have you been on? I've been on for 101 minutes, and I'm about to sign off. Everybody's been asking me such insane questions lately. It's been nuts, but so good to see you, Kix. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Kix, I know this will make you happy. I know this will make you happy, Kix. Hey. I know this will make you happy. This is what we do, right? This is what we do it for, right? Creme de la creme. Creme de la creme. I think I need Bonnie, though, man. I think I need Bonnie. I think I go back next week and get Bonnie. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I think we go back and get Bonnie, man. That could be the case, Scott. But honestly, I'm not an old batch, new batch guy. Like, I appreciate it if I have it, but I don't care too much. But the fact that Kix blessed me with some old batch, longly macerated Royal Oud, I'm not going to say no to that. That's a blessing. It's a privilege to be able to smell old batch. It's a privilege to be able to be the guy that bought an old batch and you have it, you know? But at the end of the day, if the fragrance smells good, it would never hinder me from not buying a fragrance because it's new batch. I don't give a rat's butt. Count your blessings, man. Either way, it's a blessing. That's the way I look at it. One of the more potent creeds I've ever smelled. I mean, dude, Bois de Portugal is just as potent as Royal Oud. I'm going to keep it real with you. Even Viking is potent. Not as potent as Royal Oud in Portugal, but, you know, it's a brash, manly fragrance. You know, scruffy McGruff type of fragrance. Check out these Kix, guys. No pun intended. Speaking of feminine fragrances, some of y'all might find my shoes feminine today. Some Puma Customs. I love Pumas. They're so comfortable. And I love these fragrances because nobody has them. Corduroy. Corduroy. I mean, just on that part. Suede, corduroy, and then whatever this regular material is. I love these, man. These are sick. They're called plum something. What's the coolest looking bottle you own? I wouldn't really call this cool, but it's one of the most interesting bottles I own. You know, probably these. I mean, can you find more unique bottles than this? These are pretty unique bottles. Is there anything else unique in my collection? The Teriyaki Intense bottle is somewhat unique, but it's, I mean, I wouldn't call this cool. It's just totally extra'd out. That's a pretty unique bottle. Those are probably some of the most unique. I mean, I love what Collector's Edition did. I mean, that's a sexy bottle, right? That is a sexy bottle. Here's a bottle that looks like a man's you know what. This is an exact clone of my... Scepter Malachite's good. What's your favorite ultra niche house? Javoy is my favorite right now. Day 3 is excellent, but Javoy was one of the most incredible experiences I ever had. And that's not fair to Day 3 because Day 3's line is like 10 or 11 fragrances. I tried 16 Javoy fragrances. That's not a fair comparison, but Javoy is the best discovery set I've ever put my nose to as a discovery set. Narciso Rodriguez is very good. Blue Noir is very good. Just think Dior Homme Intense blued the heck out. Dior Homme Intense as a blue fragrance. Very sexy, very seductive, very unique. And it's only like $50 for that fragrance. Smells super niche. Trace Oros, Chef's Kiss. It is. Mwah. How many fragrances does Day 3 have? I think it's like 10 or 11. It's like 10 or 11. And like I said, if you guys join the giveaway, somebody will win the entire discovery set of Day 3 fragrances. It's not the entire line. It's the current entire line. So there's a couple discontinued fragrances they have. There's a couple upcoming collabs that they have. Those aren't in there, but all of their line is in there, including Trace Oros. I got today 2 ml 27 decants pack, 15% off coupon, $35. That's a good one. That's a good pack. Lattafa is not always good. I remember SB saying it's not the house, it's the fragrances. Even Creed have bad fragrances, and Maison Alhambra has some bangers. That is 100% facts, Manav. Pharrell type shoes. Yeah, I could see that, like a Bathe and Ape shoe. Have you tried Moustache? Get a sleeper compliment every time I wear it. Moustache is good. Where I'm at in my fragrance journey right now, I've moved on from Moustache. But it's a great fragrance. My old neighbor works for Puma and lives in Germany and will send me sick unreleased Mellow shoes. Hey, listen, I think I have one of the coolest Puma collections out there because I've never seen anyone wear the Pumas that I have. I'll try to bring more Pumas on stream and show you guys my Puma collection. I was rocking some Saucony Shadow 5000s. Hey, speaking of 5000s, the P6000s, I believe, from Nike is one of the most slept on, most comfortable, coolest looking shoes out there. Very affordable. Yeah, you're laughing at one of the best fragrances of all time. Oh, shoot. Hey, this ain't a bad smell, man, either. This is Uncle Tony's fragrance. You know what they had to do to screw this up? Look at this. This is crazy work. First they got the big dong fragrance, right? But then look up close. Then they had to put the veins in there. Like, come on, guys. Like, y'all know what y'all are doing. That's just crazy work right there. Like, they knew what they were doing. You know, that's for men trying to compensate. You know, you pull out a big fragrance for a small performance. You know what I'm saying? I'm 13 years old. I have a Versace Eros blue bottle. Do I need any others? No. If you have Eros, you have all of them. Where can I find the Javoy Discovery Set? Just type Javoy Discovery Set. Look for the 16 2 mLs. Comes with 16 decants that are 2 ml. And then if you want the discovery set for Day 3, you have to go to Google and type Day 3 fragrances, go to their main website. Their discovery set is $40, but they're one of the very few houses where when you buy the discovery set for $40, if you want to buy a bottle, you get $40 off of the bottle purchase. So for instance, I got a discovery set. I went in today and said, give me Trace Oros. It was $155, knocked it down to $115, got the fragrance for $115. So you basically get a free discovery set with your purchase of a bottle. They just do it in reverse. They want you to try their fragrances first and then use that same money you spent on the discovery set to put towards any bottle that you choose. So that's a really awesome buying model, and I think all houses should do that. How much is Kamrakawa? It's about $25 to $30. I know you don't like replica, but are there any clones of them that you know? Yes. Latafa Liam Gray is a clone of Jazz Club. And there are also very valid clones of By the Fireplace as well. Just go on Google and type By the Fireplace clones and you will find some Latafa clones for sure. I think there might be a clone of Woodstock. Those are the only ones that I know. I love these lives. Keep up the great work and keep being real. Appreciate you, brother. MFK fragrances that smell great. Gentle Fluidity, Amorous Extrait, Oud Silk Mood, Oud Satin Mood, Aqua Media, Grand Soir. Those are mine. I thought Liam Gray was BDK Gris Charnel. That's what people tell you it is, and it is a great clone of Gris Charnel, but it is also a clone of Jazz Club. I have Jazz Club right here. I have Liam Gray right here. And I have Gris Charnel over there. They are all so similar, but Liam Gray is also an extremely valid clone of Jazz Club. If you don't believe me, get your decants and do the work, but I've already done it for you. Just trust me. Take care, Jigga. Rasasi Hawass is very regular. For the $20, $30 you'd spend on Hawass, you should just get Hawass Ice. It's more versatile, more interesting. Hawass is good, but Hawass is basically the same thing as Nautica Voyage, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Versace Pour Homme. They're all the same fragrance to me. They're outdated, but they're good fragrances. People won't really compliment you, but you'll smell good. But why smell good when you can smell great? What's one fragrance that's cheap, but you wear a suit to the office, power tie, and you feel like Iron Man? I mean, there's a lot of fragrances you can wear that are like very cheapy fragrances that smell good in the office. Woody Oud, Maison Alhambra, is a Oud Wood clone that's like 9.5 out of 10 closeness. You smell like a boss. Mercedes-Benz Intense, you smell like a boss. Valentino Uomo Intense clone, $13. You smell like a boss. Starwalker, $15 at Burlington. You don't smell like a boss, you smell like a worker, but goes good with a collared shirt. Lalique Equus, nice, safe, amber vetiver work fragrance, very nice. Lalique White, great upscale casual, doubles as an office scent. Great fragrance. If you're a suit and tie kind of guy or a slacks and collared shirt guys, Mont Blanc Presence smells like you just hopped out of a Jag in the Arctic. I mean, there's just so many. $30, Bentley Momentum Unlimited. Great metallic citrus fragrance that smells very classy, very masculine. Ferragamo Bright Leather, always a great go-to. Very soft leather and heavy amount of citrus fragrance, but it smells good. Goes great with a collared shirt and slacks, and you are killing it. So many great fragrances to wear to the office. Best perfume under 30 bucks. Almost everything I've mentioned tonight. Have you tried Vulcan Fouet and their take on sand? Listen, Vulcan Fouet is a great alternative. Probably, in many people's opinion, the best clone of God of Fire, even though there's a few of them. Jimmy Choo Man is great. Very good fragrance. Sexy, peppery, fruity. It's nice. But I don't think anyone under 25 should wear Jimmy Choo Man. It's just very upscale, manly fragrance. Is women going to know the task with Versace Eros? Yeah, they will. Young girls will. I think once you run into girls 25 and up, Eros will still work, but it ain't going to get you the draws. If you want to start getting the draws in your 20s, you got to step it up, man. You got to step it up. You got to start going more sexy. Gosh. You know, you might have to step it up to like Instant Crush or something like that when you start crushing as a 20-year-old. Initio Side Effect Alternative, Maison Alhambra's after effect, it'll get you in the door. Jimmy Choo Man Intense is better in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing, bro. You know, you ain't got to tell me. But Intense is not better than Man. Man actually smells better than Intense, but Intense has way better performance. I wear Intense, but I rock it like it's Man. Because it's way more intense, I simply spray less. 3 sprays of Man Intense will get me through 12 hours in a day. 2 in the front, 1 in the back. This fragrance lasts all day. Whereas Jimmy Choo Man, I might have to go 4 to 6 sprays, but it's fresher, it's brighter. I think Man is the better fragrance, but this is almost identical, just a little bit more peppery, a little bit heavier, but I just took it like, you know what, I'll get the heavier fragrance and spray less. But I have Intense too, so I know what you're talking about. Club d'Immediately, Pure Parfum versus Off Non Stronger. They're both the same fragrance to me, Riggs. Get Armaf Per Show 1. Better than both of those. Same price. You might pay $5 or $10 extra dollars. It's a better fragrance. What's a fragrance that smells like Tupperware? Tupperware for men. Just sprayed Jazz Club on one arm, Leon Grey on the other, and you're right, they smell quite similar. Now I'm grabbing the Gris Charnel to compare. Tried to tell you, Scott. Tried to tell you, man. People don't believe me, dude. I mean, again, they're so close. Why argue with them? You know what I'm saying? No, I have Man and Man Intense. I got a bottle of Intense. I have a decant of Man, and I've smelled Man more times than I can count. Every time I go into a Sephora, I smell Man, and I've been smelling it for like the last year and a half. I'm 20. Could I pull off Ombre Noir? If you're 20 and you go to like a hookah bar, a lounge, a movie theater, expensive dinner, you can pull off Ombre Noir. But other than that, you can't wear it anywhere else. Only older men can wear it anywhere. But you could pull it off in any of those occasions that I named. How is Lattafa Fakar close to YSL EDP? Very close, 90% close. One that's hard to pull off, ombre leather. I mean, I don't think ombre leather is hard to pull off. It's only hard to pull off if you don't look masculine enough. Like if you're not dressing the part, you know what I'm saying? You're well groomed, got some facial hair, you know, you're rocking some slacks and a collared shirt, something like that, jacket, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now ombre leather is hard to rock. But if you dress the part, look the part, you're clean, you got good hygiene, anyone can rock ombre leather that's over 20 years old, in my opinion. Killian Dark Lord, I don't know much about it. In what situation could you wear Le Male Elixir? Anywhere, but it's date night, nightlife. All right, guys. Hey, listen, the feedback, the volume of people in here has been insane. I could probably stay in here for another hour, but it is Saturday and I am tired. We've been live for 120 minutes. Road to 2K. We are so close. It's not even funny. I'm going to go live again tomorrow. If there's any questions that I have not answered, copy paste them in the comment section of this live as soon as I end it, and I will be happy to answer it for you. I will answer Nathan and Joe's to end the stream, and we will stop there. What's your favorite Azzaro? The only 2 fragrances I recommend from the Azzaro line is The Most Wanted Parfum and Wanted by Night Parfum. Those are the only valid fragrances from that line that I will recommend that I feel are upscale. And even then, I only give those 2 about an 8 or a 9 out of 10. For young people, it's a 9 out of 10 signature date night fragrance. For older men, it's about an 8 out of 10 above average date night, nightlife type of fragrance. Very good, upscale smelling in the designer world. Do you enjoy Coach for Men? Yes, it's very good. I love it because of the vetiver in the base, and it's one of the most versatile masculine fragrances that works for all ages. Yeah, appreciate you checking that out, Scott. I'm glad you checked that out and glad you had access to all that. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. Thank you so much for my moderators. Thank you so much for all the great questions, interactions, and new subs. I will be on tomorrow. Stay tuned. We got so much content dropping. Stay tuned for the 2K giveaway. It's going to be insane. And this is the Scent Bubble, man. Y'all stay blessed. Until next time, peace.